does seem to be, like, fucking up my thing, because I'm not getting, like, the, yellow anymore. You're breaking patterns I've come to establish within myself.
Get...
Behind you.
Did I accidentally stumble into the lair? Was I not paying attention? Greater cockatrice! Great. Alright, let's go into the wolf style. Can I not click on it? Where am I?
The cockatrice is dead. Now, where was the exit?
I don't think I can go back the way I came.
Come, I lead you to the exit. Take the cockatrice's head. Vincent pays well for trophies.
Very well, though it reeks.
Sephiroth. New quest, Beast of the Sewers. I've killed the cockatrice and took its head as proof. I should see Vincent now. The guards had their hands on a Witcher's sword. It probably belonged to Berengar. I need to talk to the fence who owns the place where the sword is found. Strange, but I find myself following in the footsteps of this mysterious Witcher. I doubt he would ever part with his sword voluntarily, so he may be in trouble. Again. Jethro spilt the beans. He said he found the silver sword at Thalar's place. I wonder where the fence got it from. I need to visit him as soon as this business is over. And a prison break. Cool. Siegfried of Denessel, a knight of the Order of the Flaming Rose, is an idealist who adheres to the Order's rules but is not devoid of common sense. Polite and open, he's unlike many of his brothers from the Order in that he's not prejudiced. He is undeniably courageous and demonstrated this when he descended alone into the sewers to fight the cockatrice. Siegfried and I defeated the cockatrice together. The knight has proved both polite and skilled swordsman. Jethro is a guard in the city dungeon. He would merely be a standard smartass, except he's addicted to Fistek. The mage is in hiding, yet his influence extends over the whole of Vizima and possibly beyond. The sewers beneath Vizima were built in an age when an ancient elven city stood on the site. Not much of their original greatness remains, but they still serve their function well. Connecting to the temple quarter and the trade quarter, they carry off sewage from the entire city, rendering the stench of the gutters a little less overbearing. The sewers have recently become infested with monsters, especially drowners. Apparently, a cockatrice has also made its lair there. Order of the Flaming Rose was established after the war with Nilfgaard by a charismatic leader, Jacques de Aldersberg, on the foundations of the deteriorating Order of the White Rose. De Aldersberg's aim was to protect the people from monsters and other evils, and to promote the belief in the eternal fire. The Order's headquarters are located in Vizima, with numerous commanderies spread across the whole of Temeria. Silver sword. Alright. I totally wandered in. Alright, I want to go find that knight's corpse, though. Yeah, I didn't want to go in there originally. Because I didn't want to trigger the cockatrice. But apparently I've triggered the cockatrice anyway. So... oh gosh, where was it? Where's the knight's corpse? Because I saw it. I saw it in the distance. this place is getting me all turned around. Maybe it was down that way, because that's the way I was kind of looking. That's Siegfried. There you are. Ooh. Eric, the tortured blasphemers gave us only very general information. We know that the worshippers of the Lionhead Spider meet in one of the dungeons in the sewers. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to determine its location. One of the cultists had a key, which you will find enclosed. I wager anything that it opens the doors is a meeting place. Go into the sewers and try to locate the dungeon in question. Let the eternal fire light your way in darkness. Secluded and rarely visited, the sewers have become an ideal refuge for the worshippers of the forbidden cult of the Lionhead Spider. Well, shit! Let's look for that before we leave. Oh, great. That just marked it. Great. Wait, how do I what? How do I do that? Alright, this is the gate, right? Why can't I get in? Maybe I can't get in yet. Maybe I have to come back. Alright, let's come back. I should probably come back when I got all my shit anyway. There you are, Siegfried.
That door leads out of the sewers. So, this is where we part. But...
Quiet. I hear footsteps.
Odd. Few would dare venture here.
Maybe it's drowners.
Kill him! The night too!
Ah, Jesus fuck.
You dare challenge the Salamandra?
Siegfried.
Friends of yours?
You could say so. The thugs with the salamander sign have been bothering me for a while.
Who knew you'd be in the sewers?
The captain of the guard, the loon from the jail, and the prisoners. I fought the cockatrice for my freedom.
A limited number of suspects. You'll likely solve the mystery when you find the leader of those bandits. I have a friend in Vizima, a detective. See him for help.
Where are you headed?
I have things to attend to at my quarters. Then I'll venture out in search of beasts, as the world is still filled with them.
You did well, Siegfried. Glad we met. I need to recover my things.
Make sure you get everything. Jethro is known to have sticky
He
fingers.
can keep all the
Let's
extra
get out of
dice
here.
boxes.
Here's the key for the passage to town. A few days ago, I locked the door to keep the cockatrice in.
Thanks. I'd rather not go back the way I came.
We might meet again if ever you visit the sewers. At times I venture down here in search of monsters.
Ah, your sacred mission of protecting humankind?
Your sarcasm is unnecessary. We're on the same side, Witcher. You'll realize this one day.
Farewell, and thanks.
If you ever need me, I'll be at my quarters in Vizima.
Got a new quest? I've decided to see a private investigator. Prison break, after leaving the sewers. I suspect the captain of the city guard, Vincent Mays, might be working for Azar. I should try to wring the truth out of him. Vincent Mays was one of the few who knew I was going down to the sewers to kill the cockatrice, and that I could only leave by the exit where I encountered the Salamander bandits.
Vizima's temple quarter. Whores, murderers, and beggars. Salamandra's base must be near.
Alright. Oh, and I can go back into the sewers whenever I want, so... Ooh, okay. The temple quarter of Vizima is strangely reminiscent of a quarrelsome, dirty prostitute who, despite her disagreeable appearance and personality, remains somehow alluring. This may be because of the uncomplicated illicit entertainment it offers, always a temptation. Beggars, shady characters, scowling poor folk, frustrated non-humans, and of course, ladies, occupy every corner. Recently, Vizima's temple quarter was cut off from the rest of the world by the threat of an epidemic. The few city guard patrols that come here try not to venture too far into the quarter's dark alleys, where brutal deeds take place each night. At the center of Vizima's temple quarter stands Saint Lebioda's Hospital, the only place for solace for the poor and plague victims. Along the hospital stand the headquarters of the Order of the Flaming Rose, which tries to combat local crime.
Interesting. The private eye Siegfried mentioned could be helpful. Have to start somewhere.
Sure. I also need to, reclaim my shit. Like most human cities, Vizima was built on the foundations of an elven city. The seat of the Temerian kings grew over the centuries, and today consists of 3 large districts, a port and sprawling outskirts. 3 large districts, a port, and sprawling outskirts. In the temple quarter, the visitor's attention is drawn to the monumental cloister of the Order of the Flaming Rose, St. Lebioda's Hospital, famous for the many miraculous recoveries that have occurred there, is also hard to miss. While admiring these edifices, avoid wandering into the non-human district, which has become a den of poverty and a lair of social outcasts. Most non-humans have been relocated to Old Vizima, which has become a ghetto inaccessible to visitors. Currently, the trade quarter is developing rapidly. This is hardly surprising, as it is home to wealthy merchants as well as trade and political officials. The city's leading bank and the town hall can also be found here. While in the Vizima's trade quarter, be sure to visit the famous marketplace, where traders offer goods from around the world. Vizima, the capital of Temeria, is the largest city in the kingdom. I read half of this. Vizima is divided into 3 large districts. The poorest one is the temple quarter, where St. Lebioda's Hospital and the cloister of the Order of the Flaming Rose are located. The trade quarter is home to the wealthiest and most important inhabitants, and both the town hall and main marketplace are situated there. The oldest part of the city, Old Vizima, has recently converted into a ghetto for non-humans. In many large cities in the north, in Vizima, one can enlist the services of a private investigator, an expert in sensitive issues, discreet investigations, and tracking suspects. Detective Raymond Marlove is available in his office day and night. after I loot his house. He's asleep. Hilarious.
Well, well, well. What do we have here?
You sleep with the monocle?
I'm Geralt of Rivia.
A warrior like no other. Your legend precedes you. How can I help?
I'm looking for some information. Is this where I'll find it?
Good question. I used to work for the lawyers Codringer and Fenn. Satisfied?
The names mean nothing to me, but I'll assume that's a recommendation.
As a professional, you understand information has its price.
I'll pay.
I'm all ears, White Wolf.
What's it like being a private eye?
Lousy work in a town full of dirt and conspiracies. I spend most of my time spying on nobles and rich burghers who cheat on their wives. You can't imagine what people are capable of.
I don't think I care to imagine.
I recently followed Morton, commander of Foltest's Palace Guards. Heard of him?
I don't think so.
I saw him in the stables with 2 young pages. You wouldn't believe.
I've heard enough.
I'm all ears, White Wolf.
I'm interested in the people who wear salamander pins.
Just so happens I know a thing or two. Before I go on, I wouldn't mind knowing what your interest in the case is.
Azar Javed. Name mean anything to you?
I've heard it. Why are you looking for Javed?
Let's just say my boots do a rendezvous with his ass.
Usually I charge for information, but I'll give you this bit for free. I've been working on that case for a while.
Personal matter or a commission?
I'll risk trusting you. Let me tell you a story. A happy couple once lived in Vizima. Ordinary as fish in a pond, with a 10-year-old boy. One day the father returned home and was puzzled not to be greeted by his son, his dog, or the smell of dinner on the stove. He suspected nothing until he found the dog dead, shot in the muzzle with a heavy crossbow. He wasn't even sure it was his dog, but then he found his wife pinned to the kitchen door with a spear. He searched the house in vain for his son. The culprits hadn't left a trace. To make a long story short, Vincent Mice had to close the case. No witnesses, no evidence. Except 6 months later, a monster's corpse turned up in a trash heap. Eyes like festering wounds, pale, rough skin, unnaturally muscular body. Everyone had forgotten the murder and disappearance. Almost everyone. See, the missing boy had one characteristic feature, a 6th toe. Only the parents knew about it. Always had trouble finding shoes for the kid. And the dead monster had an identical 6th toe. The father has devoted his life to tracking down the murderers.
I hope he finds them.
Back to reality. This is what I've managed to learn. Azar Javed, a Zerrikanian sorcerer, leads Salamandra. He's more dangerous than a pit of Kikimors, but unfortunately out of my reach. With his contacts and resources, he's got almost free reign in the city.
I got a taste of his abilities. Anything else?
I suspect Salamandra has built a large-scale operation, with gold simply greasing the wheels of their political ambitions. They're conducting genetic experiments, dangerous ones. Regular thugs wouldn't have the knowledge or means.
Who's working for Javed? Any guesses?
The captain of the guard who dropped that investigation disappears nights. Maybe you can squeeze some information out of him.
Is that all?
We might have one more lead. The city guards detained someone who could provide information.
The guards at the city jail?
Yeah. Find a way to question that prisoner. In the meantime, learn what you can from the guards.
Count on it. People open up to me all the time.
His information could be priceless. Good luck.
Know anything more about the Salamander prisoner?
He may be one of the leaders, though in this town the guards capture pawns while the big fish swim free. We'll know for certain once you question him.
We'll see.
Just one thing. I think you're being followed.
Any suggestions?
Wait here a while. Make them nervous.
Surprise those who want to surprise you. I'll leave at midnight.
This is neat.
The Witcher is taking his time.
Hey,
He must have
bastard.
left a different way. No matter.
Seems true. I assume the trap is set?
Indeed. Tend to your tasks in the trade quarter.
I'll leave the matter to our best agent.
Yeah.
Please have mercy. I never.
You're dead.
The animations are different with this. What are you? Fiztech. Alright, I need to go get my shit back.
The elder races inhabit this district. Dwarven craftsmen and elven artists.
Take that! Die, shit-eater!
I don't need shit. Hello? And to speed and finesse, look no further. Try a Virolidin mini bastard sword featuring an extended hilt.
St. Lebioda's hospital for victims of the Catriona plague. Only 2 stages after this. Old Vizima and Hell. Damn, I'm gloomy.
No passage.
I'm going inside.
Disease patients inside. I'll not have you spreading the pestilence.
Nah.
Farewell.
I'll probably have a signet ring to get to show later, but I don't have one right now. Door to Thalar's house. Alright. Alright, I need to... What am I tracking? Separate area has been designated for elves and dwarves in Vizima's temple quarter. Members of these races live and work there. Those who venture to the non-human district do so at their own risk. Alright, the Crown Witness... Should talk to Jethro and Vizima Confidential. Alright, but I want to keep tracking this prison brick. Yep. There we go.